Share this joint.
Yes, sir.
Baba Kasha. Do you know what Baba Kasha mean, Cam?
You mean, please?
Okay, yeah, I'm just making sure.
Man, let me get one more walkthrough again. How, was I supposed to share it from YouTube? Where was it sharing from?
Go to YouTube and then share like you'll share any other video that you would to your friends.
For sure.
Shalom, you call. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Got a good one for you guys.
What'd you say?
You call Ash. You call?
You call like bot.
Oh. Shalom. Shalom, King. No disrespect. I thought you were somebody else.
We have to put some respect on my brother's name, man.
Shout out to that brother. Thank you for tuning in.
Bro, it feels so good just having that thing open. Your actual Bible. I done got so used to just doing stuff on my phone. It's just not the same force, bro.
Say that one more time.
I said I done got used to like doing stuff and like looking at scriptures on my phone so much.
Mm-hmm.
And it just got a little bit of different weight when you got your Bible open and you it hit different.
It different.
It hit different.
Oh yeah, man. Everybody come on in, man. Got a good lesson going out today. We're gonna take our time with it.
Right. Let's go. We got Soldier Zion, Shalom King. Your call set. Been heavy on the replays, keeping me in the spirit at work. A little con. All praise to the Most High. Where you from, bro? Your call. Where you from? Ahram, we killing just a little bit more time.
Just a tad bit more time, yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. Love from SOZ Atlanta. What is that? Sons of Zion? Is that SOZ? SOZ?
Hell yeah.
Sons of Zion, all praises.
Shalom Brakatha. Shout out them brothers.
Right, Shalom Brakatha. But I'm not tapped in with Sons of Zion. I'm not really familiar. Is any of y'all brothers familiar with Sons of Zion?
I believe Sons of Zion, that's the camp I'm in.
Oh, you talking about what's their leader name? Jonathan. That's Sons of Zion?
I believe so. They were the red and gold.
Okay. See, I've been out the loop for a minute.
But
from WFI.
We went from WFI. See if I'm
that's the same
correct.
camp then.
Yeah, that's when I was familiar with Jonathan. Whenever I don't remember what they was before WFI, so they went from something to WFI to now Sons of Zion. Okay, all praise to the Most High. Yeah, so you probably know one of the brothers named Amanah. Amawam. Am I tripping?
Amanah Quadash. No. Holy indeed. I know it's Amanah Quadash, I believe.
Okay.
I met some good brothers over there, man.
Oh, okay. We got SOT, Shalom King, Shalom. Okay, Con. So you already know. Yeah, that's one of the bros, man. We got a good relationship with him, man. All praises to the Most High, man. All praises to the Most High.
All praises. Shalom, SOT Officer Shama All. Shalom King. It's glad to see the brothers, man. It's good to see the brothers.
Which brother is Shamwal?
He is in Sons of Thunder.
Do I know which one he is though?
Probably not.
Oh, okay.
Probably not.
I got tapped in with the nation, man, because we be under a rock. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, man. In Tulsa. Nobody cares about me.
Tough, bro. We do what we do, then we do what we do. That's it. All praises though.
Nobody cares about Tulsa, man. It's okay. It's okay. God love us, right?
That's all we got sometime right there.
That's all we got, man. The Lord loves us.
God. That shit funny.
He said that shit funny.
He said, I'm only 90 minutes from y'all. I'm gonna pull up one day. Yank up on us, man. It's gonna be love.
Yeah.
It's gonna be love. It's gonna be love for sure.
Kind of all praises. All right. Let's go ahead and get into this joint. I'm going to give all praises, all glory, and all honor to the Most High God, Yahweh, by Hashem, Hamashiach Yahushua. We are going into Who Are the Gentiles, Part 1. Who are the Gentiles, Part 1. We're going to kind of take our time with this. We're going to talk about who the Gentiles are in the New Testament, who the Gentiles are in the Old Testament, the difference between Gentiles, so on and so forth, right? So on and so forth. And where I like to start the conversation of who are the Gentiles, I like to start the conversation with Solomon. I like to start the breakdown with Solomon. Of course, we can see Gentiles before Solomon. I am aware of that. We can see the word Gentile before Solomon. I am aware of that. But it's a specific reason why I go here. And we are going to find out. Right? Let me go ahead and share my screen. So we're going to start at 1 Kings chapter 11, verse 1. 1 Kings chapter 11, verse 1. Soldier Cam, can you read that for me?
Yes, sir. This is 1 Kings chapter 11 and verse 1. But King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Zidonians, and
Hittites.
Hittites.
Come on.
Verse 2. Of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go into them, neither shall they come unto you. For surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love. And he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines, and his wives turned away his heart.
So, real quick. A lot of people say Solomon went off because he had multiple wives, and his problem was the multiple wives, and the issue always generates from just being multiple wives. Don't nobody actually know how or why Solomon went off. It's not spoken about a lot. It's really not. He actually committed some heinous acts that aren't talked about. These are acts that aren't talked about, punishable by death, but they only speak about, oh, he had multiple wives though, and that's what happened. And that is getting put on the forefront than what actually happened. First off, what happened is he had dealt with women whom the Lord said not to deal with. That's pursuing to Deuteronomy, going back to the Canaanites.
I'm there.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, and verse 1. When the Lord thy God shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and have cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, and the Girgashites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou, And when the Lord thy God shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them, neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son, for they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly.
So that's the first place Solomon went off. That's the first place. Dealing with, when you go into those tribes, all of those are just tribes of Canaan. Last time that I checked. So when you go into there, that's the first place he went off, making marriages with them. The Lord said, do not do that. But Solomon did it. That precept that he just pulled, some brothers also try to use that to say you can't deal with no heathens. Now, if you don't want to deal with heathens, great. I'm with that. But you can't use that scripture for that. Contextually, that's not what that's going into. That's not what that's going into. It literally tells you these tribes, these people. Right? So we don't want to add or distort the scriptures in that manner. It's not what that's talking about. So we are going to continue. Mind you, it says that this is where people stop reading right here, verse 3. And he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines, and his wives turned away his heart. They turned away his heart because he had multiple wives, and he was just in transgression, and it was bad. And you gotta go back to monogamy. That's not what's going on. That's not what's going on. I'm sorry to break it to you like that. I'm sorry to be the bad guy on this situation. That's not what's happening, right? Soldier Cam, let's keep reading in this 1 Kings 11.
Con. 1 Kings 11 chapter 1 Kings chapter 11 verse 4. For it came to pass when Solomon was old that his wives turned away his heart after other gods, and his heart was not perfect with the Lord his God, and was the heart of David his father. Salakia, as was the heart of his David father.
So this never gets brought out. Nobody ever says Solomon went off because of idolatry.
Nobody.
I never hear that breakdown. It's always the multiple wives. Why do we? Well, damn. Is multiple wives worse than idolatry?
Yes.
He said, yeah. That's what it looked like. This verse 4 is never the point. It's never talked about. Nobody ever mentions it. Hell, I can go and show where Solomon oppressed the northern kingdom. Nobody ever speaks on that. But you know where he went off? He had so many women, Ak. He had multiple women, Ak. And it's wrong. And you try to mention polygamy to somebody, what happened to Solomon? What? Nigga committed idolatry? Yeah, but I don't get it. Well, that point always kills me. I wanted to speak on that because that shouldn't be a point for a lot of people. I'm going to be honest, that shouldn't be a point for a lot of people. If you want to be honest and true to the text, he dealt with women who he shouldn't have dealt with, and then he went into idolatry. That's where he went off, according to the scriptures, according to the Torah, according to the Most High God. That's where he went off. Plain, simple. But it's still a reason why I start here. And we're going to get into it because this impacts a lot of things moving forward, right? Cam, let's keep reading. Mahar, if you got a point, you can add Malachi, you too.
Con. This verse 5. For Solomon went after Ashtoreth, the goddess of the Zidonians, and after Malcolm, the abomination of the Ammonites. the Ammonites. And Solomon did evil in the sight of the Lord, and went not fully after the Lord, as did David his father. Then did Solomon build an high place for Chemosh, the abomination of Moab, in the hill that is before Jerusalem, and for Melech, the abomination of the children of Ammon.
So why nobody ever speaks about this? Nobody ever talks about this. Nobody ever brings up the spiritual adultery aspect that Solomon was dealing with. He's building up high places in the land for these idols, for these gods. He even risen up something for Molech. Everybody know about Molech, how off that is. This isn't spoken about. Read verse 8.
Con. And likewise did he for all his strange wives, which burnt incense and sacrifice unto their gods.
Which burnt incense and sacrifice unto their gods. That is a direct transgression against the Most High. This is breaking the first commandment. No other gods before me. This is something punishable by death. This is what's going on. His heart was not perfect as David, his father's heart. It wasn't. And you know what's crazy? You know what's not a talking point. Nobody ever goes there. You know why? David had a perfect heart and he had multiple wives. Why don't nobody speak about that part? Because it's not about the multiple wives. Okay, it's about him committing idolatry.
It's about him taking the wrong multiple wives, according to Deuteronomy chapter 7. And then going into idolatry.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look how crafty it's. Look at verse 5. No, verse 4. It says, "For it came to pass when Solomon was old, that his wives turned away his heart after other gods." That's exactly what it's saying in Deuteronomy chapter 7. Don't make marriages with these women, these Canaanites, because they're going to turn away your heart. And look, you see, when niggas get older, they hand ain't a sperm. They hand ain't a sperm. You know what I'm saying? Bro, more chill. You know what I'm saying? He didn't let the Canaanite woman in the damn, what it say? Now he got Kamash in the land. It's not good.
It's not good, man.
Not good, man.
And it's quite simple when you just read it. When you read it. When you put all the feelings away from it and you just read it, the story as is, because this is a story. This is something real. This is a real story. You know, it's not a damn fable. It's something that actually happened. And you just read it and you use reading comprehension. You'd be like, oh, damn, Solomon went into idolatry. I never knew that.
Yeah.
I was always told because he had, wives. Damn. No, it's not deep. It's not deep.
So, like,
Go ahead, King.
I know a brother in the nation. I ain't gonna say his name, but he was an older man, and we was kind of close at one point. So he hit me one day. He had just got a wife. He hit me one day like, "So man, my wife kind of wanted to celebrate her birthday, man. She kind of, or it was like Valentine's Day or something. And this man is like older than me. This man is like old enough to be my father. So I'm highly alarmed, but I'm trying to keep it real chill. I'm like, He telling me he thinking about doing it just because, for her sake, because she's still new. And I'm like, I wouldn't do that, King.
That ain't good.
Like I was trying to, he older than me, so it's a different way you got to go about rebuking. I'm like, I wouldn't do that, King. That ain't it. But brother, why would you even consider that? But when you get up in age, I guess that's a real phenomenon. That's something that really goes on. You start considering nonsense like that.
Bro, it actually makes perfect sense. The older you get, the less free testosterone you have. Your testosterone start going down, and you ain't got as much fight no more, man. You tired of fighting. It's like, man, I'm just, hey, whatever.
You kind of turn into a chill guy.
You're just a chill guy now, man. It's whatever, Some of these cats still got it though.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Some of these, especially old heads in the nation, some of them niggas is mighty. You just know, hey, or just strong. They didn't or farm for 20 years in the truth already.
Yeah.
You think Zabak going for any of that? Come on now. Certain shit can't even pull up in his vicinity because the spirit too strong, man.
Yeah.
Folly, no folly. All praise to
Shamwal
Most High.
said, why would we want wives from other nations anyways? We have the most beautiful women. Now, I understand that.
I understand what he's saying too.
I understand that. And I'm gonna be honest, I understand why men go for other women in this day and age. Back in the day, I don't understand it, but in this day and age, I understand it. Do I agree? No. But do I understand it? Yes. Our women, it was a number did on our women. And that's another conversation for another day. But hear me when I say this. Just because I understand it does not mean I'm for it.
Yeah.
Just understand me when I say that. I can understand why somebody want to kill somebody. That don't mean I'm for it though. You know what I mean? So, it's a great observation though, for real. Let's keep reading in this 1 Kings 11. We have verse 9 now.
Yes, sir. And the Lord was angry with Solomon because his heart was turned from the Lord God of Israel, which had appeared unto him twice, and had commanded him concerning this thing, that he should not go after other gods, but he kept not that which the Lord commanded.
Hold on. How I was taught, I would have thought that would have said, that he had gone after other women after his first wife. That's what a lot of people bring to me. I'm gonna keep harping on this for right now because you can ask Mahar. Mahar, no, I don't really like talking about multiple wives situation a lot. It get old. I'm tired of it. But for this sake, for right now, because people do use this chapter as some ammo for some reason, and it's not what's going on. The Lord didn't say that. He didn't say, because you turned after another woman. It didn't say that. It says that he should not go after other gods, but he kept not that which the Lord had commanded. The Lord had appeared unto Solomon twice. Solomon knew better. Solomon was granted wisdom above any man. Some people may ask, well, damn, if he was so wise, how could he go off? That's first off, that was a lot. That was a lot. Second off, you can be wise and know better than to do something and still do it. You got feelings. You have emotions.
Y'all niggas do it all the time.
Niggas do it all the time. Prime example. I know I shouldn't watch porn. Then what? Nigga on porn. Just because you have the wisdom of it, don't mean it's going to stop you from doing something. Doesn't mean that. It happens. So, truth seeking. Who might be the Gentiles truly?
Stick around.
You said what?
I said stick around.
Stick around, man. Stick around. We're going to find out, right? Shakawar posted a script, Ecclesiastes 1:17. I gave my heart to know wisdom and to know madness and folly. I perceive that this also is vexation of spirit. Verse 18, for in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increases his sorrow. That's a fact. Solomon searched all things. He searched all things, and he figured out madness and folly is vexation of the spirit. But in his old age, what? He succumbed to it. He had succumbed to it. So let's keep reading on this 1 Kings 11, verse 11.
Yes, sir. Wherefore the Lord said unto Solomon, for as much as this is done of thee, and thou hast not kept my covenant and my statutes, which I have commanded thee, I will surely rend the kingdom from thee, and will give it to thy servant.
Come on.
Notwithstanding in thy days, I will not do it for David thy father's sake, but I will rend it out of thy hand of thy son.
So what's going on here? The Lord said, I'm going to rend the kingdom from you. But concerning David thy father, I'm going to rend it out of thy son's hand because I mess with your father. The Lord does this all the time. If you think the Lord mess with you because of you, you are mistaken. Sorry. The Lord deals with us because of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The Lord deals with us because of the righteous of our people, the righteousness of our forefathers. He shows us mercy because the righteousness of Moses, because the righteousness of David, just like he did right here. Concerning David, I'm not going to rend it out of your hand in your time. I'm going to do it out of your son. I'm going to do it from your son. Real quick. Some people will say, some people will like to pull out, but I thought it said that you can't judge the son for what the father did. We got to think real quick. We got to think. That law was given to man. The Most High can do what he want to do. But that law was given to the judges. You know why? Because you're going to have judges on the scene go grab a son, grab an innocent man and be like, your father did this for that. You're going to get stoned just to hurt the father. No, that's corrupt. Man can't do that. Man can't do. The Lord can. The Lord can do as he sees fit. And so just like what he said, I'm not going to rend it out of your hand. I'm going to rend it out of your son's hand. Go ahead, Malachi.
You heard me?
Mm-hmm.
Just let me back off that right quick. That's the beautiful thing about the fear of the Lord, is that you don't know what the Lord might do to you. Everything is in his power. He could do anything to you. So think about that before you think about going off. The Lord can do anything to you. Anyway, so to prove what you had said a second ago, that the Most High, he didn't have favor on us because of our righteousness, but it's because he's keeping the word that he made to our forefathers, right? The book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 7. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because ye were more in number than any people, for ye were the fewest of all people. But because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, hath the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen from the hand of Pharaoh, the king of Egypt. So the Most High, he doing all this because he is faithful and he is true in his word that he promised to our forefathers.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Because he is true to what he promised to our forefathers. Shaka War dropping some good precepts about that too. Right? Let's continue reading Baba Kashaf.
Yes, sir. This is verse 13. Howbeit, I will not rend away all the kingdom, but will give one tribe to thy son for David, my servant's sake, and for Jerusalem's sake, which I have chosen. And the Lord stirred up an adversary unto
Yeah.
Solomon, Hadad the Edomite. He was of the king's seed in Edom.
All right, so stop right there. We're going to jump down to verse 28. We're going to jump down to verse 28. So we see that the Lord promised Solomon something, that something's going to come to pass. So jump down to verse 28.
Yes, sir. Verse 28. And the man Jeroboam was a mighty man of valor, and Solomon seeing the young man that he was industrious, he made him ruler over all the charge of the house of Joseph. And it came to pass at the time when Jeroboam went out of Jerusalem that the prophet Ahijah the Shalonite found him in the way, and he had clad himself with a new garment, and they two were alone in the field.
Come on.
And Ahijah caught the new garment that was on him and rent it in 12 pieces. And he said to Jeroboam, take thee 10 pieces, for thus saith the Lord, the God of Israel, behold, I will rend thee kingdom out of the hand of Solomon, and give and will give 10 tribes to thee.
Come on.
Verse 32. But he shall have one tribe for my servant David's sake, and for Jerusalem's sake, the city which I have chosen out of all the tribes of Israel.
So you got the prophet Ahijah catching Jeroboam. Jeroboam is not Solomon's son. I believe Rehoboam is. But Ahijah called Jeroboam, caught him by the garment, rent the garment into 12 pieces to signify what? 12 tribes of Israel. Then he said, take unto you 10. Because that's what the promise was. That's what the punishment was. I'm going to give thee 10 tribes, but I'm going to leave one tribe unto David. Now you may be thinking, damn, 10 plus 1, that's 11. What's going on with this other tribe? Where are they at? What's happening? From my understanding, that one tribe is Levi, because Levi doesn't belong to anybody. Levi belongs to the Lord. That's the priesthood. So you got 10 tribes belonging unto Jeroboam, one tribe belonging unto David's seed line now, because of what Solomon did. So let's keep reading. Cam, you on mute.
Yes, sir. Verse 33. because that they because they that have forsaken me and have worshipped Ashtoreth, the goddess of the Zidonians, Shamash, the god of the Moabites, and Malcolm, the god of the children of Ammon, and have not walked in my ways to do that which is right in mine eyes, and to keep my statutes and my judgments, as did David his father. Howbeit, I will not take the whole kingdom out of his hand, but I will make him prince all the days of his life, for David my servant's sake, whom I choose, because he keep my he Slakia, because he kept my commandments and my statutes. But I will take the kingdom out of his son's hand and will give it to thee, even 10 tribes. And unto his son will I give one tribe, that David my servant may have a light always before me in Jerusalem, the city which I have chosen me to put my name there.
All right.
And I
So we are going to stop right there. Let me see. We're going to stop right there in this chapter. Let me see where I want to go next. Let me see.
You're looking over chapter 12 right now?
Yeah, I know for sure I want to get in chapter 12, but I'm looking for the part. I may got my situation mixed up, or my timelines mixed up. Where is he said that he was going to press him? Remember, Rehoboam sought counsel from the young men?
I think it's at the top of 12. Let me
Is that
check.
12?
I think. Yeah,
Yep, you're right.
12.
You're right. Great. We good. So go to chapter 12, Cam, and let's read verse 1. Hugh Dickinson, you are right. Solomon's name does mean peace.
Yes, sir. It's First Kings chapter 12, verse 1. And Rehoboam went to Shechem, for all Israel were come to Shechem to make him king. And it came to pass, when Jeroboam the son of Nebat, who was yet in Egypt, heard of it, for he was fled from the presence of King Solomon, and Jeroboam dwelt in Egypt, that they sent and called him. And Jeroboam and all the congregation of Israel came and spake unto Rehoboam, saying, thy father made our yoke grievous. Now therefore make thou the grievous service of thy father, and his heavy yoke which he put upon us lighter, and we will serve thee.
So the people of Israel came and said, make our yoke lighter upon us that thy father has put on us. They're coming to Rehoboam. Don't get it confused. A lot of people will get it confused. Rehoboam is Solomon's son. Jeroboam is not. Okay, so we're speaking about Rehoboam.
Yeah.
The people came to Rehoboam and asked him to make the yoke which Solomon put upon us lighter. I told you, Solomon oppressed the people. He oppressed certain of the people.
See that?
This is the account. Let's keep reading.
Yes, sir. Verse 5. And he said unto them, Depart yet for 3 days, then come again to me. And the people departed. And King Rehoboam consulted with the old men that stood before Solomon his father while he yet lived, and said, How do ye advise that I may answer this people? And they spake unto him, saying, If thou wilt be a servant unto this people this day, and will serve them and answer them and speak good words to them, then they will be thy servants forever.
So
But
real
he,
quick, Shalom Akawar. Real quick, Rehoboam went to the council that stood with his father, and he said, "What should I do?" And he said, "If you will," they said, "If you will serve his people, answer and speak unto them good words, they will be thy servants forever."
Bro, the council was immaculate.
It was grade A council.
Bro, niggas don't even, you gotta put weight on this. This is Solomon, right? Well, obviously this is Rehoboam, but I'm talking about, this is Solomon's counselors. You got Solomon, the wisest brother out here.
Yep.
And you got his counselors
Yep.
giving you counsel. You damn near don't even gotta think. All you gotta do is just hearken to counsel, bro.
You got to hearken the council.
Why wouldn't you just? All right, I had to get that out.
He said, "All right. All you have to do is listen and do what they say. That's it. These people will serve you forever. You will be their king."
Knuckleheads, man.
Knucklehead rascal, boy.
Hey, Salakia.
Go ahead.
It's an art to hearken in the council. Some niggas really have trouble just like hearing what you advise them to do and just doing what you advise them to do. Some niggas like really got a spirit. Like, it's an art to hearken in the council, bro.
So art.
Hearken in the council will take your walk from 5 to like 10. You'll do a lot better if you just hearken to wise counsel.
Yeah.
Okay, let me grab a precept.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Proverbs chapter 1. And you can start at the very top of it and just read down. I'm gonna get verse 5 though. God, I'm gonna start at 2. To know wisdom and instruction. To know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, judgment, and equity. These is what the Proverbs gonna give you. This is what you gotta understand. To give subtlety to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion, a wise man will hear and will increase in learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels. A wise man, he gonna hear and he gonna increase. A man of understanding, he gonna tap in with the counselors. He gonna get good counselors. He gonna be always near. Go read Sirach chapter 6 and just cut yourself and just live over there for a few days. Sirach 6.
Hey, Salaki, was you done, King?
Yeah, I'm done.
Hey, the book of Sirach says, let reason go before every enterprise.
Nice.
And what does it say after that?
Basically, before every... Nah, I might be winging it with another.
I'm winging it too, but I know the premise. Get counsel before you do anything. That's what he's talking about. Get counsel before you do anything. And when you get the counsel, because you got brothers like this, they love to get counsel. But nigga, when you get the counsel, do the counsel. Don't get the counsel and then do something else. You fucking up the rotation. you tricking the bag off at that point, bro. You gotta get the counsel, then do the counsel. All right, so
Bring me the money. What you say?
Hey, I was just gonna say that. When you get the counsel, don't forget the counsel. And when you don't forget the counsel, bring me the counsel.
Gosh, bro.
You gotta get the counsel and do the counsel. And when you do the counsel, do the counsel. Oh shit. So like it.
That's hilarious.
This is excellent. This is excellent. How beautiful is the scriptures? You can read this and really get a life lesson out of this right here. This is what we talking about. This is, you got the best counselors damn near on earth that lived with the wisest nigga to ever do it, giving you counsel.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Don't do that. All right, I'm back in my chill state. I'm chill.
Come on,
back. Come on now, God.
Don't do that, Ak.
Who the hell am I kidding, Ak? All right. Soldier Cam, let's continue reading because we don't know what Rehoboam is going to do, right? Let's keep reading on what he's going to do.
Yes, sir. Verse 8. But he forsook the counsel of the old men, which they had given him, and consulted with the young men that were grown up with him, and which stood before him.
So let's see what happens. Rehoboam forsook that counsel. This was grade 8 counsel. I'm trying to think. What more could you want than for this people to serve you forever? Akawar, you said some can't hear. What are you talking about? Are you talking about spiritual ears? Or are you talking about on the device? Let me see. I'm gonna mute real quick.
I think he on some spiritual time.
You know, some spiritual kind of time out.
Yeah, he said some can't hear Mashiach.
Oh, I get what you're saying now.
Yeah.
Spiritual ears. My bad. I got to put my spiritual goggles on. You see what I'm saying?
Really, you getting caught out there.
I got a little carnal, man.
You got a little carnal, king.
He said you got a little carnal, king. That's a fact. Some people can't hear Mashiach. That's a fact. And the counsel is playing upon tables. The counsel is plain as day. Truth seeking. He said, to whom might the Gentiles be? Well, brother, you got to practice some patience.
Did he ask again?
He asked again.
King.
Enjoy the lesson.
We breaking good bread.
Enjoy the lesson. Some people don't know this lesson. Some people don't know this account. Some people don't know how to go in here and divide the word of truth. Just enjoy the lesson. This is only part 1. You got to stick around. We may not even get into it. You got to stick around. This is a lesson that's going on right now.
Truth seeker. Stick around, man.
He said, stick around now.
Exercise patience.
Let's exercise some patience, man. Or I'm gonna be honest, you don't have to watch. You said I had fell out, so I may have missed much. I am here now.
Yeah, bro, you missing. We getting into it. Hey, Aaron, let me cook real quick.
Okay.
You ever have somebody cook you a meal and they just in a rush? I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, okay, I appreciate the meal. Then you have somebody who just love cooking.
Yeah.
Throwing the herbs and the spices in there, throwing it on low, not on high heat, throwing it on low, letting that marinate. They got the over here, mixing this up, the batter over here. They setting that, let that chill for a second, because you can't just do this and throw it immediately on the fire. You got to let it come down to room temperature.
Yeah.
The aromas is brewing. You might even take a little sip of the red wine and you coasting. You play some music.
Yeah.
Let us do that.
He said, let us do that.
Let us do that.
He want us to chop the onions, brother. We mincing the onions.
He said
Let us mince the onions.
We mincing, brother.
Let us make the meal.
I notice when people rush when they cook, they tend to burn the food. They trying to get it done too quick. The flavoring is good.
Look, we got appetizers.
See what I'm saying?
Money's worth.
Enlightened Benji, he get it. He said the meal come out completely different.
Very different. The only extra ingredient we got is love, man. You hear me?
Hey,
What
look,
is doing?
my wife said, "Yo, chill."
Yo, chill.
She know what's going on.
And my wife getting hit too.
Yeah.
Somebody said the meat needs to marinate. See, this hitting everybody's spirit. Everybody get it.
Everybody get it. This is a good lesson that's going on, man. You know, we all in here enjoying it together. It's the Shabbat. We reading Kings.
Right.
Let's just chill.
If you want the quick breakdown, you're not getting it right now.
Straight up.
It's all love. It's all love. Right? It's all love. Let's see. All right. Let's get back to so basically he forsook the counsel. And this is what I was gonna ask. Why would you forsake a counsel like that when the people are going to serve you? For reason one, it's divine intervention. Because we already know from the previous chapter that the kingdom is going to have to be rent. The kingdom is going to have to be taken away from Rehoboam. It ain't no telling what he was thinking in his head. I would have said, that's grade A counsel. Let's go.
That's down somewhere.
The work was done. Khan Adawan. All you would have heard from me. Khan Adawanyam. And then I would have walked my ass back into my room and sat down. And that would have been that. But let's keep reading. Let's keep reading.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, sir. Verse 9. And he said unto them, what counsel give ye that we may answer this people who have spoken to me, saying, make the yoke which thy father did put upon us lighter. And the young men that were grown up with him spake unto him, saying, thus shalt thou speak unto his people that spake unto thee, saying, thy father made our yoke heavy, but make thou it lighter unto us. Thus shalt thou say unto them, my little finger shall be thicker than my father's loins. And now, whereas my father did lade you with the heavy yoke, I will add to your yoke. My father hath chastised you with whips, but I will chastise you with scorpions.
So real quick, this is the counsel that Rehoboam kind of liked. And he said, he oppressed y'all, I'm going to oppress you even more. He chastised you with whips, I'm going to chastise you with scorpions.
Ooh.
You going to get in order. And this how some brothers be thinking. I ain't going to lie.
Fake.
This is how some brothers be thinking. You going to get in order. You going to fall in line.
Niggas retarded. That's the only.
Niggas retarded.
Hey, that's niggas' main squeeze. Let me cook for a second.
Go ahead, King.
Look, bro, I get it, because I've been there. A lot of men think, like, they finally get this sense of power because they come into the truth. And this their rightful place to be, like, at the top of the monarchy. You know, you the top, you the head. So when you come into the truth, you learn you're a king. You know you're a king in your own right. You're an Israelite, better than everybody. You got 1 Corinthians chapter 11. What that say?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You learn Proverbs 31. What that say? So you kind of smelling yourself a little bit for the first time, maybe not. I don't know. Or some niggas come into the truth and they finally are known and recognized, and they never had no recognition in the world, and they just be smelling themselves, feeling themselves a little bit. So they kind of swing their sword with a lot of strength. Malachi, can you get that precept I showed you in Ecclesiastes chapter 10?
Ecclesiastes 10.
Be blunt. To be blunt. I'm gonna put y'all up on some game. This is good game. This is good wisdom. Let me mince the onions.
They want you to chop the onions and put it in the canola oil, brother.
We're not putting it in canola.
We're using real butter, no nonstick pan. The butter, brother.
We're using the cast iron today, man. All right, bring that out. You got it.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 10 and verse 10. If the iron be blunt, and he do not wet the edge, then must he put to more strength. But wisdom is profitable to direct.
Wisdom is profitable to direct. So you got to understand this. If you got an axe that's not refined and sharpened, when you cutting down a big tree, you're going to have to use way more strength, way more labor, way more force, way more power. But if you sit down and refine that axe and you sharpen it, you can cut that tree down with way less power, way less force. And I'm using this as a similitude. Men, you are powerful. You a sword. Sometimes when you're powerful, you start swinging your sword all crazy and you swinging it all hard and all fast any which way. And I'm using that as a similitude. You swinging, you throwing your weight everywhere. You the man this and all of that. And bro, that shit get played out so quick and you don't understand. A king don't walk around saying, a good king don't got to walk around saying, I'm a king. Y'all got to obey me. You don't got to do that. A good king don't have to do that. His power and his force is known. He don't got to say, I'm a king. He just do king shit. Truth seeking. Look at him. He getting in the spear and he liking the meal now. Look at that. Look at that, y'all.
Praises.
Love that scripture.
Praises.
That's Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse what?
10 and 10.
10 and 10. Ecclesiastes 10 and 10.
Hey, real quick.
Yep.
To that point, whenever you swing, if you swing a sword every which way, whether it's sharp or dull, you're going to damage your sword. You can damage and wear out your sword like that because you're just swinging it willy-nilly. It's an art to it. It's an art to it.
It's an art to it.
Go ahead, King.
Hey, a good swordsman, he don't come back to the blacksmith and say, I broke my sword again.
Yeah.
The blacksmith gonna get pissed off. Like, you trash, you suck. You suck. A good swordsman, he's skillful with the sword. He not coming back every week with a chipped and broken sword. He know how to cut with the grain. He know how to take care of his sword. So all I'm saying, as a man, if you got power, you don't got to be barking. Like the scriptures give us a lot of great edification, even in a situation like this. I mean, there's so many precepts. Like, don't be a lion in your own household. You don't got to yell all the time. You don't want to be quick to be angry, quick to yell. You want to be slow to wrath. But look at what bro said. He said in verse 10, he said, my little finger shall be thicker than my father's loins. Look at how he get it down. Like I'm gonna put my foot down way harder than my daddy. Not even understanding how skillful Solomon was. Not even understanding how skillful Solomon's counselors was. Not even understanding who Solomon came from. He came from King David loins.
Yeah, good
You
stock.
mean your little finger gonna be thicker than your father's loins, his waist? Like, you just stumping that hard. Okay, cool. Get cut down if you want. He young. He young, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how old he is, but he young-minded for that one.
Hey, Paul said, take heed or take heed. How did it go? I cut Malachi.
Take heed. Come on, brother. I told y'all, niggas get cut all the time, y'all. Hey, this man told me, ye that think ye stand, take heed lest ye fall. I'm like, wow, bro, you on that? That's crazy. That's crazy.
Hold on,
Good
can you
morning.
say that again for me one more time? Run that back one more time.
Ye that think you, nigga, if you think you standing, take heed lest you fall. Yeah, watch it, buddy.
He said, watch it, buddy.
That was crazy. So, go sleep on that.
Oh, God.
You think you standing in this truth, take heed lest ye fall.
Yeah.
Corinthians 10 and 12, it says, wherefore let him that thinketh he standeth take heed lest he fall. Yeah.
Yep. That's what's happening with good old Rehoboam right now.
Brother thought he was standing on business.
He thought he was standing on business. We finna see what's finna happen, man. Cam, let's keep reading.
Yes, sir. Verse 12. So Jeroboam and all the people came to Rehoboam the third day, as the king had appointed, saying, "Come to me again the third day." And the king answered the people roughly, and forsook the old men's counsel that they gave him, and spake to them after the counsel of the young men, saying, My father made your yoke heavy, and I will add to your yoke. My father also chastised you with whips, but I will chastise you with scorpions. Wherefore the king hearkened not unto the
Salakia.
people. Yes, sir.
Salakia. Look at verse 13. Put a magnifying glass on that. It says, and the king answered the people roughly. Roughly. And this is kind of what I was going into when it comes to having that blunt iron and you're trying to cut stuff down. You could do way more damage to yourself. They say the sharpest knife is safer than the knife that's dull. Why? Because when you're using a dull knife and it hasn't been sharpened, guess what you're doing? You're putting more force into it when you're cutting it. And when you're putting more force into when you're cutting it, it makes it makes you way more vulnerable to cutting yourself. So you want a sharp sword, you want a sharp knife, and you don't have to swing your weight around like that. It's necessary at some times, and it's a useful tool. But imagine if you always doing this, you're just creating opportunities for this stuff to backfire, for people to hate you. And as a king, you want to be beloved, like King David, which his name means beloved. Go ahead.
So like you. Like a good learn skill and wisdom, because that's always going to surpass brute force. Like surgeons, they use very sharp utensils. They don't use hammers to open up your body, and you know what I'm saying? You don't use brute force. It's not going to get the job done. That's going to cause much more damage. Learn skill and wisdom, because that's going to surpass brute force. But check this out. This is a perfect precept for the situation. Look, the book of Sirach, chapter 10 and verse 21. The fear of the Lord goeth before the obtaining of authority, but roughness and pride is the losing thereof. So the fear of the Lord, when you operating in that, that's going to obtain you authority. But if you operating in roughness and pride, that's going to cause you to lose authority.
You got to be balanced. You got to be skillful. It's more to ruling than just being a hard ass.
Yep. Then just, I got the power. You know what niggas say all the time? But I'm her head. She should be listening to me.
Yes, she should.
She should, bro. But I mean, damn. How are you leading? That's how a lot of kings fail. The kings thought, the people should be listening to me. Well, damn. How are you ruling? How are you leading? Right? Let's keep reading in this.
I want you to get in so that
Malachi, pick up where Cam at.
Chapter 12 and
Chapter 12, start at verse 15.
book of First Kings, chapter 12, verse 15. Wherefore the king hearkened not unto the people, for the cause was from the Lord. Salakia. The king hearkened not unto the people, for the cause was from the Lord, that he might perform his saying, which the Lord spake by Ahijah the Shilonite unto Jeroboam the son of Nebat.
Hey, we learning so much.
So much. I got a preset when you're done.
We're learning so much. There wasn't anything Rehoboam could have did. He couldn't have denied this. He couldn't have said, no, I'm going to go with the old man count. He couldn't have did that. Why? The scripture cannot be broken. The prophecy cannot be broken. What the Lord has said, who can draw it back? Who can take back what the Lord had already put in the earth? Nobody. It says, wherefore the king hearkened not unto the people, for the cause was from the Lord, that he might perform his saying, which was spoken by the prophet. Wasn't a damn thing Rehoboam could have did. Go ahead, Mahar.
You got to look at, let me read the scripture. This is Proverbs 21, verse 1. Proverbs chapter 21, verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. So the king's mind, ultimately, it's in the hands of the Most High. And however the Most High want to turn it, he can turn it. However, which way. And the Most High is brilliant and strategical and long-suffering. And he's patient. And he's, when I get on this, I start blushing because the Most High is insane. Mm-hmm. How intentional the Most High is. Everything that happens on earth, the Most High made it happen intentionally. And everything that is so much shit that happened in my life, and it's like, damn, I wasn't planning for it to go that way. The Most High be making everything go his way. Every single thing. You got to consider that. Think about the upbringing Rehoboam had, characteristics he's seen in Solomon that he didn't like. That's why he said, my little finger going to be bigger than his loins. Mm-hmm. But think about how the Most High exposed him to certain situations and made him want to be a hard ass and made him want to go this way. And he thought that was really, really him. That was the Most High. The Most High deep. And I'm just sitting right here like, dang.
Yeah.
Dang. Yeah, that's all I got, though.
Most High got control of all this. Right? So let's keep reading. Verse 16.
Verse 16. So when all Israel saw that the king hearkened not unto them, the people answered the king, saying, what portion have we in David? Neither have we inheritance in the son of Jesse. To your tents, O Israel, now see to thine own house, David. So Israel departed unto their tents.
Come on.
But as for the children of Israel which dwelt in the cities of Judah, Rehoboam reigned over them.
So there's a distinction that's being made right now. But as for the children of Israel, I thought we was all children of Israel. This is why we going over these stories. You have the children of Israel, then you have the children of Judah. The house of Israel and the house of Judah. There's a distinction being made and there's a split happening. This is why when we get to the New Testament and we see the term Jew, it's not talking about all of Israel. This is why you see when you're reading in the Old Testament and you see in the Israelites, it's not talking about the Judites. A lot of the times it's not talking about the Judites, especially if you're in Kings, Chronicles, Samuel. You have a distinction. Right? Let's keep reading. Read verse 18. This is real quick. We can't hear you, but real quick. This is what gives Israelites the advantage over Christians because we read and we historically know what's going on. You're not going to understand this if you don't ever go back here and read it. You're like, Judah, Israel. What's going on? It's because there was a split amongst Judah and Israel. And you got to know who that split consists of. You got to know what it consists of. Predominantly, the children of Judah are Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Predominantly. And then the rest of the tribes are considered Israel. The house of Israel. Let's keep reading.
Verse 18. Then King Rehoboam sent Adoram, who was over the tribute, and all Israel stoned him with stones, that he died. Man. Therefore, King Rehoboam made speed to get him up to his chariot to flee to Jerusalem.
Come on.
So Israel rebelled against the house of David unto this day.
So Israel rebelled against the house of David. Who's the house of David? Judah. Rehoboam has sent a man to go get tribute, and they killed him. Now it's beef. You got to read this to understand what's going on in the context of the Old Testament, all the way to the Apocrypha, all the way to the New Testament, or you're going to be lost. This is why we started with this. It's so important to understand this concept. This concept is overseen by a lot of people. It's not looked at. It's not talked about. Most Christians don't know there was a split. What are you talking about? There's no split. If you're a Jew, then you're not a Gentile. And if you're a Jew, then you're automatically no. Stop. You missing it. You missed it because you didn't read the Old Testament. It was some important stuff back there that you just decided to just go around. You just decided to go around it. The historians and the scholars know this because they read it in depth. Figured it out. I mean, it's not hard to understand. We just read it all together. It's pretty easy to understand. But if you miss it, it can ruin a lot of stuff. It can throw the scriptures out of harmony. So let's keep reading, unless somebody had a point. I don't know if anybody had a point or not.
Verse 20. And it came to pass when all Israel heard that Jeroboam was come again, that they sent and called him unto the congregation and made him king over all Israel. There was none that followed the house of David, but the tribe of Judah only.
So wait a minute. I thought Rehoboam was king. This goes back to what was told Jeroboam in that prophecy and told to Solomon. He was going to rend the kingdom from his hands, but he was going to leave one unto David. Let's keep reading.
Verse 21. And when Rehoboam was come to Jerusalem, he assembled all the house of Judah with the tribe of Benjamin, 180,000 chosen men, which were warriors, to fight against the house of Israel, to bring the kingdom again to Rehoboam, the son of Solomon.
So Rehoboam is trying to get his kingdom back. He joined up Judah with Benjamin, and we finna go fight. Y'all niggas need to get in order. He didn't learn from the first time. The elders told him, hey, speak unto this people with good words. Be a servant unto them, and they're gonna be a servant unto you. Now he didn't learn that. He's still on that I'm gonna whip you with scorpions kind of time. That's what he's still on. Nah, y'all gonna come back and y'all gonna serve. What? Okay, let's keep reading.
Verse 22. But the word of God came unto Shemaiah, the man of God, saying, speak unto Rehoboam, the son of Solomon, king of Judah, and unto all the house of Judah and Benjamin, and to the remnant of the people, saying, thus saith the Lord, ye shall not go up, nor fight against your brethren, the children of Israel. Return every man to his house, for this thing is from me. They hearkened therefore to the word of the Lord, and returned to depart according to the word of the Lord.
So first off, Shemaiah must have been a powerful brother. He's known as the man of God. Man, it's a lot of stuff people be missing, man. It's a lot of stuff. If you just read over it, you think it's a light thing. This man was sent a word to a king, and the king hearkened. This is how powerful Shemaiah was. He was known as the man of God. And he went unto him and told him, no, this thing is from the Lord. Guess what? Jeremiah tried that. They threw his ass in jail. He tried that and he got thrown in jail. Shemaiah was standing on business though. He like, look, this is what's gonna happen, bro. This is of the Lord. You can hearken or not, bro, but I mean, that's on you. I can only imagine the words that he gave to the king. I can only imagine how he put it. Look, man, you remember what happened last time when the last king didn't hearken? Just make it easy, bro. Right? Just chill. So King Rehoboam got that word, understood it, and then he departed unto his own. But we just read, ye shall not go up nor fight against thy brethren, the children of Israel. Still solidifying, they are being known as the children of Israel now. This majority of Israelites are being known as the children of Israel, and these y'all are being known as Judah. Let's keep reading.
It says, verse 25, then Jeroboam built Shechem in Mount Ephraim and dwelt therein, and went out from thence and built Penuel. And Jeroboam said in his heart, now shall the kingdom return to the house of David. If this people go up and do sacrifice in the house of the Lord at Jerusalem, then shall the heart of this people turn again unto their Lord, even unto Rehoboam, king of Judah, and they shall kill me and go again to Rehoboam, king of Judah.
So an evil thought came to Jeroboam. An evil suspicion came to Jeroboam. He said, the people shall return to the house of David. If I let them go do sacrifice in Jerusalem, their heart is going to turn to Rehoboam and turn away from me and kill me. So in his heart, he's saying, I got to stop this. I must stop this. Let's keep reading.
Verse 28, whereupon the king took counsel and made 2 calves of gold and said unto them, it is too much for you to go up to Jerusalem. Behold thy gods, O Israel, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt.
This is what the hell Jeroboam came up with in his council. They said, look, man, we can't have it happen. To hell with it. Build 2 calves of gold. And let's say to the people that, you know, these the gods that delivered you out of Egypt. And you can only imagine how he was winging it. He probably like, you remember when Moses went up to the mountain, we made a golden calf? Bro, we did that for a reason. It was because of X, Y, and Z, and this, that, and the third. And you remember what we learned in it? I can only imagine what he's stringing together. But this is what he did. So now all of the house of Israel is about to go into sin, and a great sin at that. Let's keep reading.
It says, behold thy gods, O Israel, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. And he set the one in Bethel, and the other put he in Dan. And this thing became a sin. For the people went to worship before the one, even unto Dan. And he made an house of high places, and made priests of the lowest of the people, which were not of the sons of Levi.
This is complete transgression. You got idolatry. Then you got him setting up priests, which were not of the sons of Levi. That is a complete no. That is a complete no. Akawar dropped the powerful precept. Jeremiah 4:22, for my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are Sodom's children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge. That's exactly what's going on right here. Jeroboam kind of came to some random Ephraimite, random damn Danite, Issacharite, hey brother, you a priest now. He kind of looking like, damn, I always thought and I always felt like a priest. I just didn't know because Levi, and you a priest now. I go stand at the golden calf and take sacrifices. This is off. Let's finish this chapter out. Let's keep going.
Verse 32. And Jeroboam ordained a feast in the 8th month, on the 15th day of the month, like unto the feast that is in Judah. And he offered upon the altar. So did he in Bethel, sacrificing unto the calves that he had made. And he placed in Bethel the priests of the high places which he had made. So he offered upon the altar which he had. So he offered upon the altar which he had made in Bethel the 15th day of the 8th month, even in the month which he had devised of his own heart, and ordained a feast unto the children of Israel, and he offered upon the altar and burnt incense.
So now these people, the children of Israel, are going into complete idolatry. They're going into idolatry. I said I like to start out with this for a reason. This is the beginning of the children of Israel, the northern kingdom, being cut off. They are now being cut off, meaning what? They are becoming like unto the heathen. They are becoming like unto the Gentiles, the Goyim. What is Goyim? Goyim means nations. It does not mean a non-Israelite. This is outline of biblical usage. It says usually of non-Hebrew people, which still isn't technically right. I mean, Esau is a Hebrew.
Right.
So I mean, let's look what it says. Here's the definition: a troop of animals, a flight of locusts, Gentile, heathen, nation, people. Gentile just means nation. So now we have to go into certain contexts and see what it's talking about, which we will do. Right now, we're in the Old Testament explaining it. Malachi, grab me Hosea 4:17 because I was making a point. Go to Hosea 4:17 and read that.
The book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 17. Ephraim is joined to idols. Let him alone.
Ephraim is joined to idols. Leave him alone. This is how our people became Gentiles. Gentiles is a derogatory term in the Israelite community. Why? We are known as a holy nation, a set apart nation. So imagine back in the day, somebody say, bro, you acting just like the nations. Damn. Yo, what was that?
Oh, that's what that was?
Oh, that what that was?
I got a preset.
You acting just like the nations, bro. You acting like you uncircumcised, Ak.
You acting like a heathen, bit dog.
You acting like a heathen. Go ahead, Ak.
All right. Hey, let's get that one in Second Esdras too. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
Second
sir.
Esdras. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna grab this one. This is Psalms chapter 106. And I'm gonna start at verse. This whole thing is really hot though. I'm gonna start at verse 34. It says, "They did not destroy the nations concerning whom the Lord commanded them." So we're supposed to utterly destroy all of the Canaanites whenever we moved into the land of Canaan, but we didn't do it. We didn't do it. It says, "But were mingled among the heathen and learned their works." So what we began to do was integrate with the Canaanites, and we started learning their works. We started serving their gods. I got another precept. Malachi, can you go to Nehemiah real quick? Nehemiah, real quick. Go to chapter 13 and read verse 20, maybe 24. I need this one quick.
The book of Nehemiah, chapter 13 and verse 24. It says, "And their children spake half in the speech of Ashdod, and could not speak in the Jews' language, but according to the language of each people."
Okay, yeah, that's good. That's good. It says, and their children spake half in the speech of Ashdod and could not speak in the Jews' language, but according to the language of each people. So what we begin to do, we started mingling with the other nations inappropriately. And then guess what? Our children stopped knowing how to speak Hebrew. They stopped knowing how to serve the Most High. They stopped being familiar with the laws, statutes, and commandments because we were mingled among the heathen and we learned their works. What's supposed to happen is we possess the heathens for our inheritance and they learn our works. They learn law, statute, commandments, and they get in order. But that's not how it happened. It says, going back to Psalms chapter 106 and verse 35, but were mingled among the heathen and learned their works, and they served their idols, which were a snare unto them, just like it's prophesied in the law. If you don't destroy them, it's going to be a snare unto you because you're going to serve their gods. And that's a quick way to get cut off from Yahweh. That's how you break the covenant. It says, yea, notice my terminology. We had a covenant. You start going into idolatry, you're breaking that covenant. You're breaking that agreement. That's how you get cut off and estranged and separated from Yahweh. It says, yea, they sacrificed their sons and their daughters unto devils. We literally got our Israelites going into idolatry, not just any kind of idolatry. We're talking about sacrificing children in fires to Molech idolatry. That's why the Israelite community is heavily against abortions. I don't know if I can say that, but I said it.
Y'all see what Captain Jeremiah talking about?
I do not. We in trouble?
Nah, not yet. I don't think. I'm finna have to smash out though.
All right, I understand. It says,
Shalom, Barakatah.
Shalom, King.
Shalom, King.
You want to relinquish? Yeah, I'm about to say we can relieve the other soldiers can go too. All right, you good, King. You can go, Cam.
You sure?
Yes, sir.
All right, that was a beautiful lesson, Akim. All praises. All praises. And I will get up with y'all later, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So,
all right, Shalom.
Getting to the point. We were mingled among the heathens and we learned their works. Aharon, it's on you.
Khan, that's a fact. Let me grab this precept. 2nd Ezra chapter 2 and verse 33. And we're going to get into much more of this, right? Like I said, this is why it's a part 1. I know it's a lot of information to go over in this topic. I know it is. Truth seeking. Try to stay with the topic, bro. Baba Kasha, right? Verse 33. I, Esdras, received a charge of the Lord upon the Mount Horeb, or Mount Horeb, that I should go unto Israel. But when I came unto them, they set me at naught and despised the commandment of the Lord. Remember, he said that I should go unto Israel. What does the next verse say? And therefore I say unto you, O ye heathen, hear and understand. Why did he call them heathen? It says, because they set me at naught and despised the commandment of the Lord. So now Ezra is calling them heathen. He's calling them Gentiles. You're acting like the nations because you're not serving the Most High God. That's what's going on. This is why I like to start in 1 Kings chapter 12, because it's making a lot of groundwork for us to move forward. Next week, we might be in Ezra. We might be in Ezra and Nehemiah with it because there's some important information in there. But time is running short. We're going to wrap it up right there. There's more to come. There's more to come. Akawar just dropped a powerful precept. We're going to get there. We ain't even touched the New Testament. We ain't touched the New Testament. You know what I'm saying? We going to get there. It's going to be fun. Okay? Let's just continue to keep building together. Throughout everybody for tuning in. Throughout everybody for dropping precepts, sharing your understanding. That makes the lesson a lot better. It makes it more fun, more engaging, right? You're gonna email us, Con, all praises, Doc. All praises. So with that, we want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, and Mashiach Yahushua. And we want to say Shalom.
Shalom.